Top story this morning is we can exclusively reveal that almost 1,400 small boat migrants have crossed the Channel since Britain and France signed that agreement on Thursday.
It means July is on track to be the busiest on record for migrant arrivals as people smugglers reportedly offer summer deals to cross the Channel for as little as £2,000.
Summer deals.
I just don't even go there.
Laura McKevitt, political commentator, joins us now in the studio. So much for whatever we signed with France on Thursday. They're offering summer deals, discounts.
I think at least a part of that has got to be getting people into the United Kingdom in advance of that deal really being operational.
Yeah.
I don't believe that the deal is going to have enough of an impact for what people are looking to see, reduction in numbers-wise. And I think it's important to look at some of the other things the Home Secretary has been announcing at the same time as the deal. You know, she's been having conversations about the need for migrants to, for example, have ID cards. She's been talking about the skilled workers list, which, as I understand it, is due to come to an end at the end of next year anyway. But bloggers have been put on it, diversity officers have been put on it. This was on the front page of the Telegraph today. I think DJs have been put on it, which seems to be not a skilled worker issue in the United Kingdom, as far as I would guess. There is still an enormous draw to come into the UK. This is part of what France was trying to say at the summit they had last week is, look, you've got to make this a less attractive place. And the attraction is the illegal work that is possible to undertake within the United Kingdom.
This is the problem with this, Lauren, this story. It's like, you know, we don't want one in, one out. We don't want any in. That's the problem. We just want to stop them, the French to stop them. We're giving them £750 million to stop this. It's still not happening. And all we hear is, like, fluffing around the edges. It's like, you know, the migrant ID card. And it's like, is that really going to make any difference?
In theory, it might. One of the big problems that everybody has sort of honed in on over the course of the last couple of months is the number of asylum seekers in hotels who are riding illegally for food delivery companies. And perhaps if there is an ID card system, that can be a mandated requirement before they're allowed to do work like that. At the moment, there is something of an onus on employers to be employing people legally only, without much help for employers for how to guarantee that that's the case, because we have quite a poor identification system in the United Kingdom because we've never gone down the ID card route.
Using the internet without a VPN, a virtual private network, is a bit like taking to the road without car insurance. All it takes is one unlucky moment to cost you a lot of cash. This video's sponsor is Private Internet Access. They are the VPN to help keep you safe. Click the link in the description below to find out why over 30 million people have downloaded PIA to protect themselves online. A virtual private network is an app that hides your IP address and helps keep your data private. When you're browsing the internet at home, you give up a large amount of data to businesses, to shops, and indeed to social media giants too. Hackers have the ability to steal your personal data with ease, including sensitive information such as passwords, keystrokes, and even your personal photos. Private Internet Access helps protect your personal data by encrypting your internet connection to keep your data out of the hands of cyber criminals. And it's not just hackers either to be concerned about. Information can be censored too. When Canada passed their C18 bill, social media giants decided to ban news content on their platforms. But PIA can protect your ability to consume the news and content you love. Private Internet Access is available for Windows users, Mac OS, Android, Linux, iOS, and you can use one PIA subscription to protect an unlimited amount of devices. And we've got a huge GBNews discount for you too. Click the link in this video's description and you'll get a massive 83% off PIA. That's under £2 a month, the price of a coffee, and you'll get an extra 4 months completely free on top. Also, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee too. Visit piavpn.com/GBnews to start protecting yourself digitally today.
I tell you it's going to make a difference. I think if we start publishing exactly, and I mean exactly, how much all of this costs. You mentioned £750 million given to France, right? That's not even taking into account how much 1,200 new migrants cost us in the country. Just 1,200, what's that going to cost? All the extras, the accommodation, what's going to happen to them in the future, lawyers' fees, processing it. If you really want to make people sick, if you really want to make them sick, it's let them see who's making money out of this and what it is costing us as the taxpayer in all of this. And that's the thing, Laura. If you actually look and were to tot that up, absolutely pathetic.
I think that's the same as an awful lot about government finances, though. I think if you look into government finances across any number of areas, diversity and inclusion officers across the civil service cost about £27 million a year. How is it that their skilled worker list still includes diversity and inclusion officers when we're already spending that much money just in the civil service?
And I mean, you're making me more angry listening to you there, because what people listen all the time. We've no money. We've no money as a country. We're absolutely broke. We're going to have to put your taxes up. Those with the broadest shoulders are going to have to pay. Well, this money just goes completely down the drain. And I think if you called a general election now, if you said there's going to be a general election in the country, Starmer would be decimated, absolutely decimated.
I don't necessarily disagree, but one of the interesting bits of polling that came out over the weekend is that Nigel Farage beats Keir Starmer on every metric except trustworthiness. And that people in the United Kingdom don't trust Nigel Farage. And that's very interesting to me, because I think a trustworthy opposition is important, because people aren't going to vote for change if they don't feel that they can trust that change will actually come.
But I think that one of the best headlines of the day, and it's a weird day for newspapers, all got different stories on their front page, but the best headline, I think, is in the Metro today, and if you can see it there. I think that pretty much sums up exactly how most of us are feeling, Lauren. Politicians, ? We don't trust any of you. Almost 90% of people have told a poll they have no faith in the political class of whatever political persuasion they happen to be. And that's a very damning indictment.
Well, and democratically, it's very dangerous. People have, in this country, consistently voted for lower or against the concept of immigration for years. A large portion of the 2016 vote was about immigration and taking control of our borders back. And the political class in this country have failed to act on that. And with that comes hand in hand a lack of trust in government. And I think the Labour government are compounding that because, instead of going after profligacy within the state, they decided that they would go after winter fuel payments, they would go after disability benefits, two groups of people that I think most people didn't believe the Labour Party would have in their sights immediately. So it looks like the best way to get on in relation to the state in this country is to be here illegally, and that will massively hit trust in politics and trust in democracy. And when you get trust in democracy being shaken, you get some very scary electoral outcomes that are potentially coming down the line.
It's frightening, isn't it? It is absolutely frightening. As I said, none of the papers have good news for you politically today. But the other side of the pond, politics is just as bonkers.
Yeah, Lauren, we'll see you again after 7 o'clock this morning. And if you've got anything to say, you want to contest anything you say or agree with anything that Laura says, she'll be here to answer you as you have your say on that.